sippin', I'm sippin', I'm sippin', I'm sippin', I'm sippin', I'm sippin', I'm sippin'.
Sippin', I'm 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 sippin'.
This is Sippin Wit Sammie. I am Sippin Wit Sammie, Sam Malone, Barstool, Rug. If you ain't Sippin Wit Sammie, you ain't sippin' right. Get your fucking life together. And I got Saf with me.
Yo, I'm in the building.
Also got my guy VOU.
What's up, everybody? What's going on out there?
VOU, whole lot of uptown shit, family
know.
shit. Y'all probably seen me in a lot of the F.E.A.R versus Love and the what's the black and black and what's the other shirts? Cause I wore the whole lay on here one day with the fist on them.
Oh, the young and black shirt.
Young and black, the young and black clothes.
That joint was definitely tough.
They came up with all of this stuff that you've been seeing me in. They support me, I support them. VOU is a major part of that situation. But real quick, tell the people what y'all do.
Well, yeah, we got a record label, F.E.A.R Entertainment. What we do is we also do distribution and artist management and development. And F.E.A.R basically stands for Face Everything and Rise. You know what I'm saying? Like anything that you're going through in life, whatever it is, like don't run from it, just face it and get over it. You know what I mean? Go right through it. So, you know what I mean? That's what we stand by. That's what we try to preach. And we do a lot of, community services, just giving back to the neighborhood and the communities because that's a part of facing everything and rise. Like we live in an environment that we got to clean up. You know what I'm saying? So you got to do everything you can on all angles. So we try and touch them with the music. We try and touch them with the streets. And now we really going in with the merchandise, you know.
I think the community service is heavy on the face everything part. And then it provides a way for the community to rise. It's
right.
You know, they keep trying to convince us rising tide, lift all boat. No, we got to motherfucking add some water to the situation and build some dams dirty. And make sure that this water stay over here.
Yep.
You
Takes a village.
So I salute that.
Absolutely.
Oh, let's drink to that real quick.
Listen.
Real quick before Saf get in her bag.
You know I'm about to because I'm already feeling it. Like so I just want to say salute to you in regards to that. I relate to it in so many ways because I have a positive platform magazine, On the Scene magazine, and everything about my magazine is from a positive perspective. And at the end of the day, I want to encourage and hope that the people, my readers, rise. Right.
Yeah. Right.
So I just think that it's so relatable with your brand and my brand, and I just want to thank you and salute you for the work that you've done.
Thank you.
And it's hard. I love the merch, and like you said, that it moved from your record label, to now to the merch, and you're giving them what I say I do is I give them what they want with what they need.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? So I like how we both we meshing that together to reach our audience. So
absolutely. Yeah, you got to make it something relatable, you know what I mean? Something that everybody can live by.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. It don't have to be no facade. It's just natural.
So how'd you come up with the acronym, though, in regards to F.E.A.R, Face Everything and Rise?
I just came up with it one day. I was trying to think of an album title or a mixtape title at the time because I was just getting my feet wet.
Okay.
And once I came up with that and I decided to stick with it, I thought that, you know what, that was even more of a stronger statement that I should just stand on that fully and just make my whole brand F.E.A.R.
And F.E.A.R Entertainment was born.
And F.E.A.R Entertainment was born like
dope.
that.
That's dope. Shout out to King Mar.
Shout out to my boy Mar.
Explain his involvement and his attachment to the situation, how y'all operate.
So Mar, that's my guy. Y'all know we've been doing a lot of work together over the past year. He's actually the vice president of F.E.A.R Entertainment. So he does a lot of leg work as well. He's actually like always in the field, you know what I mean? He's always helping, popping up at different events. A lot of times I can't make it, he's there, you know what I'm saying? So he's always on social media promoting other brands and other artists. Like he's just a positive person that just likes to promote and help other people, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get that from him.
That was perfect for our relationship. You know what I mean?
That's dope. That's interesting. I think that's important too. I saw a meme or a post or something about people who only represent their own brand, only post their own brand, and it's kind of like making you selfish or like looking like a robot, I think somebody said. So I think that that's an amazing, a hell of a trait, and it's also absolutely a necessary trait and characteristic to have when you're in business, because we always talk about networking, right?
Yes.
You have to build your circle and build your empire and build the people that are around you, and building them, you're uplifting yourself too.
Absolutely.
So I think it's absolutely necessary. So shout out to him for doing what he does as well.
But like when your brand is love and the F.E.A.R part of it is face everything and rise, like that comes with it. Like people got to get out their own. Remember we said recently on here, it's like people act like it costs $100 a like, or you only get a certain amount of likes a week. So if they give you one, it's going to kill them.
Cost you, right?
Or if they share your thing, it's going to take up too much space in their feed or their story. And it's very strange to me. But when you have a love brand or a brand that's based, just like we Fly Boys, part of Fly shit is that. Supporting motherfuckers, doing shit for the community, uplifting yourself, knowledge, all of those things that we strive to be. That's Fly shit.
Yes.
So when you see the Fly Boy Friday radio page, they probably liked all your pictures. You know why? Because that's the love page. Give out the love. Everybody on the page is somebody that we came across in a place of love 9 times out of 10.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And most of them have or will support us.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like I understand what it's like to just be like, I'm posting everybody's shit. You know what I mean? Especially in my story. You ever go through my story, you'll see a lot of business
Same
and
here,
stuff.
same here.
But at the same time, I don't resent the people that don't do it for me. And like I say, it's all types of ways to show support. So people are doing it different ways, and some people just
That's
not going to
true.
catch on until it's later.
That
But it's
is
never
true.
too late. Because I'm building. If I'm selling something for $25 now and you can't pay for it, I appreciate you $200 later. Trust me.
Right.
Because if you want support,
Yes.
we growing.
Right.
We growing. And that's what it's going to be. And hopefully you growing too. And maybe have more liquid, free money to be able to support or free time.
Yeah, man. Shout out to all the supporters, man. Everybody who's got with us and purchased a shirt,
Y'all
outfit,
platinum
whatever.
in the streets, man. Where y'all shipping to, man?
Everywhere.
What's something recent that was like?
Oh, some places that we just hit: California, DC, Atlanta, Florida.
Word. Y'all hit every corner.
Texas.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Bottom of the map.
Yeah, we moving, man.
Okay.
Trying to reach out, you know what I mean? We
No,
had it,
congratulations, though. That's dope.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
You know, we had a whole tour set up. We was
Yeah.
going to do a little tour situation, and
We had discussed that.
then the world took over.
Right.
Bro, shut
So
down my
you
tour,
gotta-
too.
Right.
I'm just grateful that we had the mind state and the hunger to just keep finding a way to keep going. You know what I'm saying? We're
Word.
not being stagnant about it. We finding a way to still be active and follow our mission, and just in a different path. You know what I mean?
But I feel like that's what I know y'all for. Like, that's what I know you for. And I've said it on Friday before. Like, VOU came to me one night in a bar and was like, yo, I'm about to start going hard at this music shit. I know what you do. I don't know all you do, but I know you over there, and I'm going to need you at some point. So I'm going to have to holler at you at some point. And when I looked up, the nigga was running. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't like he hit me up again before he was already in motion or to let me know what the play was. He started running. And then we caught up to each other a couple times after that and was able to sit down, and I was able to gauge where he was at. He's made a lot of progress in a short amount of time. When he talks about coming up with the title for the mixtape, that wasn't that long ago, yo. And he said he was getting his feet wet.
Right.
So you put them two things together and you start listening to somebody that's saying my merch is going all around the country right now. We have a brand that supports other artists that works in unison with each other. Like, that's a lot to do in a short amount of time. And
Right.
it takes the mindset of somebody that's not going to let one little hiccup stop the flow of what they got to figure out. Because
Absolutely.
none of this shit is perfect. Everything costs. And if it don't cost you money, it costs you time.
Yeah.
Right. It's two things that I get out of that story. One, always, plan your work and work your plan, right? So he already knew that it wasn't at that moment, but the second point I'm going to say is that you always have to be on your mark or on your point. You always got to be ready for go, because if he didn't see what you was doing, to even see you was making moves, to know that y'all was going to be able to link, it wouldn't have been a conversation.
That's a
So
fact.
for both of y'all, I got a lesson out of that. You know what I mean? Work my plan, plan my work, work my plan, and just always being ready and going and always showing up, because you always do that, and I always see that from you. So
Yeah.
I just think that's
I
important.
appreciate
Definitely.
that. Well, the twist with me and his relationship is we always had a mutual respect for each other. We was always cool. I had never rode in this man's car before, but we always showed each other love. So when he pulled me to the side, he was actually being humble, but it was one of them things like, I get excited about that kind of shit, because when people tell me it's go time, I start thinking go time. I know what go time look like to me. I'm interested to see what it look like to you.
Right.
If you really serious, all that cool shit, and then that alters whatever I can and can't do for you. You know what I mean?
Right.
But at the same time, whatever made sense, I had him as long as it made sense. But he showed me something, and I was looking, and I'm on social media, and I'm like, this motherfucker. he wasn't playing.
Yeah,
It was
man.
weird. Like, you know how, like, he was moving like he just came home, or like like he just got case money. You see what I'm saying? Like, cause a lot of this
Moving,
shit,
that's me running. That mean you was in the streets.
yeah,
You was
this
moving.
shit ain't easy to do. And between putting out a project, he got plenty of features out there with people. He's gotten plenty
Yes.
of good features with people, quality people. He's working in the best studios in the area. Like, it's a lot to be said for that, man. So I just wanted to get that up. I ain't going,
Appreciate you,
know,
man. And-
talk you to
Salute.
death about your situation, cause you know, but they don't know.
Yeah, man. Well, look, man, he ain't talking but nothing but facts, but he also always been stand-up dude, man. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate
Like, and
it.
that's why, like you said, we ain't never rode in the same car together, but we always was in the same rooms. You know what I'm saying? And when you know an alpha in the same room, and you know what I'm saying, you know how to move,
Mm-hmm.
and that's just how he always been. And he always been a man of his word. Anything
Appreciate
he said he got me, and he ain't never lied about that.
So
That's
hold
love.
up. I
That's
just
love.
gotta say, you giving me like Cali vibes. Like you giving me
He
Snoop
real relaxed.
vibes, Nip
Yeah.
vibes, like just Cali vibes. Like
I
You
ain't
sh-
even never been to Cali. to be
that's
honest with
crazy
you.
because you just so
Yeah.
like cool.
Not yet,
and
I
just,
should say.
even the way
Not
you hold
yet.
the mic, like you just like giving me like West Coast Cali. Like I don't know.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, he's always been relaxed. Like, you there's a lot of people that's popular, and they never garner the spotlight. Like, they not out there chasing it. People just always know him. He's always been able to be him as far as
Right.
I've seen without having to do too much. Like, he's always
For the
been
music.
like this.
And something else that
always
was
been like
impressive. He
this.
just said he never been to Cali, but you had with your product. So
Oh yeah,
your
y'all out
brand
there.
so you there.
You gotta follow.
I'm there.
You gotta chase the pack.
Yeah, I'm gonna be out there.
You gotta chase that
physically
package.
soon.
But something else I
No,
wanted
that's
to
dope.
ask. Sorry, not to keep taking up. You know, I'm going because I'm really feeling this.
No,
right.
I'm appreciating
I'm
that.
really
I get to
feeling
talk
this.
to him all the time. Talk your shit.
But I wanted to ask about your one of the things you also mentioned earlier on was like community involvement. So what type of community involvement? What are your thoughts on that? How do you want to be involved in some things you want to do?
Well, some of the things that we already done, we've done drives for the homeless. You know, we put like packets together, sanitizer, female products, waters, snack bars, stuff like that, and socks. So we do that. We've done, you know, we've rode around and just gave out socks. You know, a lot of times. I don't want to mess my guy's name up, but he has the foundation. As I plant the seed.
Mm-hmm.
What's my boy's name? It's Forgive me, bro. I'm blunted, but anyway, he just had an event. He had a couple events. He had a march down at the 100 Park, a little peace march. We helped out with that. He just had the one couple weeks back down there where we was cleaning, and you know, it was a big event. It was a lot of people out there, a lot of
That's
artists,
dope.
a lot
That's
of
dope.
you know, familiar
Shout
people,
out.
and we was just in the streets just cleaning.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Just moving. It was probably about maybe 50 people. You know what I'm saying? So it was a nice turnout.
That's a nice
Ryan
army.
Harris.
Ryan Harris.
That's a nice
Ryan
army
Harris.
of
Shout out
people
to
that-
Ryan
Yeah,
Harris.
salute to Ryan
Yeah,
Harris.
Shout out Ryan for all the work you do.
And also, you know, my bro Reality Childs. He do a
Mhm,
lot of
mhm.
things in the
Shout out
community as
Childs.
well.
Mhm.
And that's the
Um,
thing, he's super close to Childs too.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that was one of the things early on that I noticed. Like, he had somebody next to him that knew the game too.
Right.
That's big bro for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And anytime he got something going on, you know, I'm hands on.
Yeah,
Okay.
so he got some, y'all got some.
Right.
Exactly. So, you know, I'll always be a part of whatever he doing, and it's a lot of other people that's doing stuff. We reach out to him. We had a cookout June 19th, Juneteenth. We
Okay.
gave a little, you know, we had free food, cookout, water ice, all of that
Saw
down
that.
at Pleasant Playground.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we're just trying to do as much as we can in a close radius, and then start branding out, reaching out, and you know, even if we could do it in other cities, like I'm with it.
One thing I always say is, a lot of people think that like everybody wants to start their own nonprofit. Everybody wants to start their own organizations, their own groups, and it's honorable as hell. But it takes a lot to get to that space a lot of the times, and a way to do it the best way you can is to help people that's already doing it while you're trying to get to that space.
Right.
Exactly.
And sometimes, like you said, you've thrown your energy behind other people's movements. So for you to say, well, hopefully we could do it in other cities, that's how that happens. Because you keep talking to people that's moving, that's doing the same, just like music. You see the people that's serious and that work in that realm, because every time you show up, they there.
They're there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And so then y'all get familiar. Like, hey, I keep seeing you. What's up with you? And what you got going on? And, oh, all right, so y'all got something going on in March. I'm gonna bring my 50.
We gonna pop up.
You know what I mean? And we gonna pull up. Shout out to my guy Ant. He does the father your son situation, the bike ride you seen.
Oh yeah.
It's usually a basketball tournament, but COVID turned it into a bike ride this year. I almost drowned.
Way to that.
It was crazy, but that was like with him. Like we took Del P out there for the tournament. He performed for the kids. We recorded and commentated the game and added our energy and resources to the situation. But that's in Maryland. But the twist with that is he wants to bring the tournament and a bike ride to Philly because he's from Philly.
Okay.
So he wants me to help facilitate that, which we will do.
That's going to get done.
So I'm going to pull y'all in and we can figure that out.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Because we got to make the impacts where we can. And if we got 10 hands instead of 2,
we touching more.
Do a whole lot more shit.
Absolutely.
I gotta add a little light to this because I was just in B-More last weekend and I was driving. I mean, as I was driving, I thought about you because you said you ended up near the airport and I was driving.
BWI.
So I was like, I wonder if this is the highway that he was riding by in the rain.
Crazy shit is no, but you know how like you been somewhere in the dark, you never been there at the light. I probably couldn't tell you because I couldn't see 5 feet in front of me when I was out there.
I definitely thought about you last weekend, bro. I was really like,
I couldn't see nothing but rain and bushes. It was bad.
So I thought about you. Just want to let you know.
I mean, as long as I'm thought of, even if you laughing at me, it's cool. I've been laughed
I
at
ain't
before.
gonna laugh at you.
My mom said if you laugh with them, they slow up a little bit.
Right.
Good for the soul.
No, it is. But you alluded to COVID shutting some of your plans down and all of that. Give us a little bit of rundown on how COVID has been treating you. What adjustments you've made personally, business wise, how the family is adjusting to it, things like that. Homeschool. I know you got all type of switches flipped on you on this one. It was like the box went out.
Yeah, man, definitely. First it was just like, everybody was on the same type time, like just scared, don't know what's going on. But eventually, you know what I'm saying, I did my research and I pay attention to what's being said, what's being done. And I see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So I just learned to adapt to the situation. We had a little tour situation that didn't work out, so I basically kind of got like out of my music mode and just try to really focus on business, like how can we stay productive. And I just really got behind the merchandise a little bit more. And then I had a little moment. I found this beat by Logan Brooks Beats, and you know what I'm saying, I put out that track Riding the Tiger.
Right.
So that was basically just me getting my shit off my chest.
I still ain't got there yet.
About that whole situation, you know what I mean?
I still ain't got there yet, man. And I need to get there. I need to book some time just to book some time. Even if I got to just go in there and figure it out. I got to get back. Like you said, I switched from music mode to business mode. And then I tried to relax a little bit because I know I get anxious.
Yeah.
I think that was the smartest thing to do during this time. At this time, it was the smartest thing to do.
But I was in a nice little pocket right before this shit.
Yeah.
And I had some bags on the way. Not bags, couple envelopes.
Nice
They
envelopes,
would have made a bag.
Yeah.
They would have added to a bag.
Listen.
Nah, but go ahead.
No, I was just saying. I think that you have to make the best out of the moment, and I think that at this time to maintain profit, it was the best thing that you could do at that moment.
Absolutely.
Profit is one thing, but you want to be able to build whatever way possible, because if this becomes the new normal, then what?
Right.
You know what I mean? And then if people, even if it's not the new normal, if certain things that a small percentage of society were used to doing as far as how they consume things and how they whatever, if they get used to this and it's a larger percentage on that, you got to know how to operate over there.
I look at this for us and for people.
And now we can make money in our sleep, even if it's a T-shirt.
Right.
Wake up to $40. Hey.
I look at this time for anybody that was, it's over 25 or whatever. Like after the Twin Towers, after the towers dropping, because everything changed. You didn't need ID before, like for a lot of things that you needed. The Patriot Act.
That was last time the country froze.
That's what I'm saying. It was last time the country froze. The Patriot, so many laws were enacted that changed the world completely.
They snuck a lot of shit in too.
They did, and I think that's going to happen now. And one thing that I think about is, although I watch CNN a lot, but I'm getting a little bit frustrated that everything is still about the coronavirus. I know that there are so many other things that are going on than just the coronavirus that I'm wondering what's being snuck in right now. So I've been looking at other channels too, just to see what they're talking. Other channels are talking about other information, other current events, and other happenings that's going on. I'm not knocking CNN, but I just want to know
CNN
what else is going on.
It's like in CNN, it's a double-edged sword with corona, because on one side, it's a big deal.
Right.
They report all the specific numbers. They talk to people that other
Absolutely.
networks can't.
Absolutely.
So they have to dedicate a lot of time. But the other half is they against Trump right now, and Trump is part of it.
Right.
So you spend half the time talking about the virus, then you spend the other half of the time talking about Trump's response, and he says something daily after not saying nothing for a couple months and just leaving us stuck out here after what they told us 2 weeks, then they told us 2 weeks, then they ain't say shit for 2 months.
They didn't say anything, right?
Now you saying something daily that's not productive. So they give him gas. He shouts out people. He shits on people. He smacks around innocent people. They get interviews with those people. So it's like an ongoing thing. And it's like, I'm sick of hearing about COVID. Just give me the highlights.
Right.
Like, tell me where we at. I don't need to watch
what's
all the
really going
play-by-play
on
no more because it's been too long and it's frustrating.
Right.
And you reminding me that he don't give a fuck is even more frustrating.
Yeah, it's like a magician to keep doing the same tricks.
Same fucking
keep trying to pull
trick.
the same rabbit out the hat. Like, all right, bro, come on. We know what's going on under that table.
And I mean, like, this shit is really like an abusive relationship. Like, you're not going to keep throwing shit at my head and then apologize and say you're never going to do it again.
Mm-hmm.
You only get a couple of them.
Right.
But this motherfucker, and that's what's the most confusing to me about all this shit, and I hate to really talk about it because it really upsets me. Do you realize the whole time we grew up, we figured if the president violated certain shit, they would get rid of him?
Yeah.
Do you realize that he's proven that it's impossible? Like, that is a fault. Like, that being a false narrative is scary as shit. Because the only thing that held the democracy was that if the motherfucker at the top started acting crazy, somebody could overrule him and shut him down and get him out of there, arrest him, all type of shit. Now we find out they can't really arrest him while he's sitting in office because it's a blemish.
Right.
But we could all die while we waiting to make sure we don't get a blemish.
Right.
Like,
Wow.
it's weird as fuck, bro. Like, we was worried about somebody getting hit, dog.
Yeah.
Ain't that amazing? We was worried about a powerful man getting hit. Now we find out about Bezos and all of them, and like, what's the boy name?
Which one?
What's my man name that killed
Epstein?
Epstein, not Bezos, Epstein and all the motherfuckers, and Clinton was with them, and niggas knew that shit.
Yeah, it's deeper than that.
But
just
they-
feeding us.
I mean, but
do
I don't think that
whatever
Trump is
they
any
want.
further than them. He's a
No, he's one of them.
Yeah, like he's
He in the club.
yeah.
He in the club, and I know, you know, you hesitate to say certain shit, but at the end of the day, everything points to you was there. You was on a plane 30 times. You was on an island a bunch of times. You was there. He was there. If my man running around with something that look a little suspicious, I'm pulling his coattail. And after that, if he don't prove something that don't make sense, then I'm making adjustments.
There's no explanation.
Because you're not going to have me next to her in the bar.
There's no explanation.
You're not going to have me in pictures by the pool with y'all. Is you crazy?
Right.
Never. And I'm not talking about the fact that it's being documented. I'm just talking about the optics of wrong. Like, you're supporting wrong.
It's just wrong, merely wrong.
If I grind you up, tell you, yo, you ain't shit, you need to get help and all of that, at that point, until you figure some shit out, I got to fall back. And when you figure some shit out, I'm going to come back around and make sure you good. And I'm probably still not going to be the same around you no more.
Yeah.
Because foul is foul. And some stuff is a real sickness. And if you're not getting it dealt with, then I don't know what to tell you. It's like one of my bragging points is, even in the age of social media, I still don't have a homie that is a chick running around saying is a deadbeat. Ain't doing what he's supposed to do for his kid, this, that, and the third. Now, I've had homies that have went through the bullshit when they was trying to be with their kids and the baby mom was acting crazy. But they did what they had to do, what they supposed to do. They took the gut punches and didn't go to jail.
We ain't popping bottles if you ain't buying Similac, nigga.
You see what I'm saying? So, like, that's one of those things where it's just like, I want to be able to respect you, and if I'm hanging with you, I can't respect no fuck shit. No fuckery.
So I think that speaks to the company you keep, though, because there's tons of niggas out here that's doing it. Let's be clear.
Absolutely.
So, however, I think that's about your judgment in the company that you keep and your surroundings and your circle.
I've been blessed, too. Like, and that's the thing.
But
like,
that's about your judgment, too, because I'm sure you've been
Absolutely.
around fucking niggas, too, but that's not your squad.
and trust me, I move.
You feel me?
I get far away, but like, and your crew, y'all, it's a lot of y'all, and none of y'all probably really think alike. Y'all all just be together.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where it's like, it's a blessing to be able to find more than a handful of people that you could really trust and vibe with. You see what I'm saying?
it
Like,
is.
that's why I say it's a blessing, because like, I got squad,
You definitely blessed.
and squad is from Morgan State University.
Mm-hmm.
this is 30, 40 people that treat each other like brothers and sisters and close cousins that come from everywhere, from South Jersey, Chester, Philly, Maryland, like mostly that area, little Derby. But it's like, you know what I mean? People 15 years after college don't have 5 friends they still talk to.
Yeah.
Right.
If one of us drops something in a group message, 40 of us show up tomorrow.
Right.
At least 25. And that's a blessing. You see what I'm saying?
Sir.
Like, and I had a lot to do with grooming the situation and making sure that everybody was on the same page early on because we was young and wild.
Right.
And I wanted everybody to know we brothers. Whatever we do inside, we meet about inside. Whatever we do outside, we brothers. And they got on. A lot of them was on that, and the rest of them got on board.
But you know, it's rare.
But it's a blessing to be able to do that.
That's what I was about.
That's
to
not
say.
easy with
It's
men.
Not with anybody. With anybody. I mean, just people in
women
general.
neither,
Just people in general.
You're right.
That's just. It's just not.
I'm
an
just
easy
speaking
thing.
because I'm a guy and I know like between women, status, all type of shit. Dudes let a lot of shit come between their relationships.
No
man.
corona.
And not that.
Disclaimer.
Oh yeah, no Rona. And not that we've been in a situation where it's all peaches and cream and everybody gets along.
No.
But the ones that don't, they leave each other the fuck alone. But yeah, so as far as circles go, me and Saf, I'll give you a little background on me and Saf. We kind of grew up together. Elementary, middle school, distance in high school. Right after college, kind of came back around each other. But we have a similar core network of people that's like-minded. Just because we went to Ivy Leaf and there was a black private school and black pride was every month, and you know what I mean. So there was a certain level of confidence or understanding that we had in ourselves when we left that place. So a lot of the things that we do now, in a lot of ways, you look back and you like, I'm carrying on my family legacy and that legacy.
Absolutely.
But that's another blessing. It's another one of those things where it's like our parents had the foresight and the budget. Because shit, private school ain't cheap.
Right.
And I played football in concrete every day at lunchtime, so
Right.
uniforms weren't cheap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You
Our
remember
tuition was definitely somebody
playing
rent.
every man for itself, throw up, shit like that,
Throw up.
with a tennis ball because y'all couldn't have a football, and it's all
In the yard.
tar.
I was out there with
On
y'all.
concrete.
Stop
Yeah, she used to be playing with us. So like we go back to that time and those times, and that's what always makes it dope to always be able to pull her card when I need her
That's
to
a
be like,
blessing
yo,
too,
because
man.
I know how she coming. I know how she been coming, and ain't too much change.
Right.
Ain't too much change, but it's just
solid.
that's why I call those things blessings, because I have multiple of them. And I had a coach that used to tell me, when it used to be me and Gates, they used to be like, yo, it's dope that y'all best friends, value your best friends. Everybody doesn't have a best friend.
That's true.
And that was crazy to me, because as a kid, you like, everybody got a best friend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like in life, even as an adult, you need that best friend. Male, female, older. Sometimes you find somebody a little younger than you that can help you through life too, but you need somebody that you can confide in, so you don't gotta run to the gram with all your frustrations.
Twitter.
So you don't gotta run to Facebook with all your rantage.
Yo, I'm tired of seeing people with those. Like, I'm just over social media, for real. Like, I know people are showing, like, them true selves because they was locked in for so long and whatever they going through. But please, like, why do they take it to social media? Like, I come from the place that whoever I have a problem with, I'm going to call you, I'm going to talk to you, whatever it is. Like, and a lot of, I don't know. Like, I don't know if people respect that, accept that, whatever. I don't really care. But that's how I handle things. Like, I can't accept somebody. Like, I've seen a grown man post, like, a text message from his homie, like, yeah, we ain't thorough no more. Like, what the fuck? Like, that was kind of creepy to me. That shit was creepy. I was like,
These new niggas. Weird.
Wow.
I was blown away. And somebody like, yeah, you don't want to put it on. You don't
That
want.
was weird.
You don't want to take it to social media. He like, no, he know what he did. I was like, what the fuck? Okay, like.
But I seen that. I saw two homies going back and forth trying to expose each other for real. Like, that's why you scammed the whole hood. Everybody you know you burnt. You owe everybody in the hood money. I've been keeping niggas off your ass. That's why you the reason your grandma died, because you made sure that she died so you can inherit them. Like, niggas was on there talking about personal
Yo,
shit.
I can't get with it.
And it was like, yo, if y'all done never took your hair tonight or these last couple days, y'all have probably been able to figure this shit out. Because clearly both of y'all shady and y'all lasted together this long. Like, why y'all trying to show all of us how shady y'all is, and then both of y'all is going to hit me up next week, 2 weeks later to test the water, see if we can do business.
I take it to the extreme though. Like I don't post my family, I don't post nobody but myself, and whatever else I'm doing. But my personal things are very personal to me. Like I don't feel like it's for the world. If you know me, you know them. I don't need to expose them. Like I think I take it to the extreme though. I will admit that. I think I take it to the extreme. But
I think everybody having a platform, we just see all the reflections of everybody feeling like they're bigger than they are. Like. It's too many people on my news feed that got all the haters in the world and ain't got shit going for themselves besides what the average person in the world has going for themselves.
Right.
Which isn't a knock. But you don't garner this many haters unless you're on a certain level, or usually the people that think they have haters, they just missing good advice.
Yeah.
They taking it as hate. It's motherfuckers trying to help. Saying, yo, that ain't fly. Yo, that's crazy. I'm like, you just hating.
I blame it on their old heads.
And it's like, I'm sick of that shit. I'm sick of that, and I'm sick of you motherfuckers telling us, well, get with me now with the price going up. That's corny. And I'm sick of, if you could see this, you lucky, because I just blocked 1,000 people.
Oh, right.
Well, Beyonce just reinforced that one, yo.
Weird shit.
Did she?
She just reinforced that one when she was, whatever line she said in Savage, when she said they saying something, so I just up my price, whatever her line is. Like, so she just reinforced it. So that's gonna be around for a while.
Yeah, but the twist is, she said I just up my price. Beyonce don't announce her prices. If you can afford it, you know. Period. We like the people that can afford B, they know her going rate. During holidays, they know weekend, they know Tuesday.
Right.
Like, please believe me, she ain't going on Instagram saying you bitches better get y'all features now.
Right.
That's
she
not fly.
She was gonna say it in her song. That's all.
That's not fly. Like on some real shit. Like if you say that people are gonna miss an opportunity or pay more, why do you care?
Yeah, that shouldn't even be a thought.
Why do you care?
Focus on that.
It's just
you
like so many
network of people that you working and building with.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
And you got so many people that have a lot of support out here, but they spend so much time talking about who's not supporting them. And that's a turn off. That's like we all show up to your cookout and you spend the whole time upset because of who ain't there.
Exactly.
Like, nigga, we right in front you.
You can't think about that. You got people there with you. You got to have a good time and enjoy whoever show up.
Absolutely.
You know
That's my motto when I have cookouts. It's like I don't worry about who ain't come. I can only entertain who's in front of me. A lot of the times people have to tell me who missed my cookout.
Mm-hmm.
Cause that's niggas, yo, why such and such one there? Yo, what happened to I ain't see such a, and it's not always from a vicious point. Sometimes they just curious because that's somebody they was looking forward to or used to seeing all the time. Cause it's like a reunion at some point as long as I've been doing it. But it's like they'll literally be striking a bulb in my head when they say like, oh shit, he wasn't there. That's crazy. I guess you know what I mean. He hit me. Like he say what coming, but I don't take offense to it, and I'm not wasting everybody else's time. Mm-hmm. We gonna and that's 5 to 5,000. That's the same thing from the cookout to the stage.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like if we in this room together, we gonna have a ball. And COVID is teaching you motherfuckers that all these virtual concerts, virtual battles, rooftop battles, small room battles, all these drive-ins. It's teaching you, man. It ain't always about being in front of 10,000. You can't always garner that energy in the space that you're going to be in. But you should be able to bring it to the space that you in.
Right.
I'm still, I guess I'm what they going to say old school, right? Because I'm not getting with the virtual too much. Like the drive-in, I went to the drive-in movie down in Navy Yard. That joint was lit. The parking lot social.
I seen somebody went to that too. I ain't know you went. That's dope.
Yeah, I
That's
went.
dope.
Again, I'm private. I need to post, but
I went about posting. We never discussed it. But go ahead. Yeah.
But no, I went to that. But no, so I appreciated that because it was still like I was around people, although they were in their own cars and they had the DJ and they had everything going on. I could appreciate that versus the virtual joints. Like I don't feel like I'm in the room. Like I'm still in my room. I'm not in the building. Like it's I can't get with it yet. I'm trying.
Yeah, I get it.
Even my workout classes, I be trying to like. Oh, man.
But you know what's funny? You're not going to get the same energy from being there if you're in your house. But if you create a vibe or you are that invested in with this person and they do a good job of it, that's
Right.
part of it too.
Right.
You got to add little shit to your performance to enhance the experience, and your audio visual got to be on point.
Yeah.
Your graphics got to be lit. Like you got to do, because
That's
you
a
know
challenge. I
you
gotta
at a
work on
concert, a
ambiance.
motherfucker might drop your favorite song and fireworks go off when the shit drop.
Right.
Can't do that. You don't feel that vibration in your
Right.
room. You know what I mean? Unless you got a great speaker
Right.
and you want some Howard Stern shit. But
But even like
you don't get that.
No.
But the fact that there's a void and there's so many people thirsty to party and to be entertained,
True.
that you can still get more people to pay for a live stream than you can get to fill into one arena. If an arena
Agreed.
holds 10,000 people and I could put something online and it hits 1 million, if I charge $20, $10, whatever the hell, or I figure out my angles with the network, with the streaming service, that it equates something like that.
Right.
I actually did better than I would have did.
Right.
I did 8 shows in one night.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's a way that it works for the artist. For the consumer, there has to be a different understanding.
I don't want to create my own ambiance.
I know you don't. And like I say, for them, it's just like the verses. For them, sometimes they got to do it.
Right. Even absolutely. But even like every concert I've been to, like I feel like every concert I've literally been to, I feel like the person behind me, next to me that I did not know, we
Was
was
vibing
rocking.
with you. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the element.
So do
that
the
I'm
house
in.
party at.
Energy.
Tell all your
It's
homegirls
still virtual,
to
dog.
get all the. But y'all gonna turn up, man. You know
Right,
what?
well.
I've had some great Zoom birthday parties and happy hours. I ain't gonna front. Like, as corny as I thought that shit was gonna be,
Yo,
when it's all of us anywhere, we bidding.
you ain't never lied. Yo,
So like, you don't even have to say shit for like an hour because you just gonna laugh.
Be laughing at
yo,
everything.
shout out to my graduating high school class. We was lit for like, yo, I don't even know how many hours. I feel like the joint started at like 6 o'clock. We was on. I probably cut off at like 11. I went to somebody else's house. I was on the Zoom the whole time. You right about that. I think they was rocking till either 1 or like 3 in the morning. Like,
Damn.
yo, they was rocking. I was, yo, it's lit. Yo, I was lit. That joint was fun. That joint was fun.
Chick smoking hookah, niggas smoking weed, motherfuckers.
Yo,
showing
you know
off
I started the
fancy
party. You
bottles.
know I started the party. I went to Central, right? So I'm thinking, you know, I'm not sure who the audience is, you know, because it's everybody from my graduating class. I'm like, look, I told y'all I had to go, but the real reason I was going is 'cause I want to burn. I'm letting y'all know. If y'all want me to stay, I'm burning. It was like, burn. I'm like, all right, we burning. Next thing you know, everybody like, yeah, Si gonna appreciate this. Yeah, Si. I was like, oh, you know, I started
Set
the party.
tone.
It's funny though, cause y'all be the ones. It be the women on the Zooms that be having to get in their bag. Like dudes, like dude like me. If I'm bitching about y'all, I didn't smoke 3 before I got on this bitch. But you halfway through that, your anxiety gonna be like, where my hookah? Where my L? And I seen it with my homegirls, cause we got homegirls in the squad, and it's like they be on there. And then it's like 10 minutes of where they fixing their rig up, and then they back in there.
Yeah,
Then they
you
in
silly.
there. Then they leaning more. They ain't asking as many questions. And it
Yeah.
becomes a vibe at that point. I ain't gonna lie though. What y'all think about all these motherfuckers running the pool parties, rooftop parties, and sharing hookahs
I'm not with it. I can't
during
get jiggy with
COVID?
that
And I
shit.
know we got tips and shit, but that was acceptable before COVID, right?
I wasn't sharing shit prior to COVID, so.
Well, I don't believe in
I don't
hookah.
smoke hookah. Yeah.
I mean, I dip it if I don't have no weed on me and I need something like, you know, it's a party. I probably smoke hookah. I'll take a couple puffs. It's
1,000.
not that it's a priority for me.
2,000 cigarettes.
Exactly, it probably is, but there's very limited times. There's very limited times I don't have weed on me either, though.
Right.
So
Word.
I probably
No,
you know,
that's what I appreciate about hookah. When they spark all that fruity shit, I get to spark the ganja at least for a
Exactly.
little bit, because you know
Exactly.
sometimes the weed still just
Still going
fight through
overpowers
that
it.
shit.
That loud be loud.
But at least I get to
Smoke.
deuce and truce it before I got the, you know what I mean? And now I got another 15, 45 minutes in here, depending on how good that deuce was.
Yeah.
Because I
I
literally,
don't do the vapes. How you do? How y'all feel about the vapes?
I like vape pens in case of emergency. I'm not
Yeah.
going to lie. Like, they've saved my life on multiple occasions.
Okay.
I was at a wedding one time, and the wedding was all in one place. So you go to the ceremony, it's
Right.
outside. They shoot the pictures outside. There's a little break during cocktail hour, and then it's the reception on the same property. So at the beginning of the cocktail hour, my man Maul, Fades them all
Shout out them all.
with the edibles. He said, yo, I got a little bit of wax in my pen. He said, I actually got more wax. You got your pen? And I just happened to have one of my pens with me. Me, him, and bartender Dana stood in that parking lot and smoked that shit where we wouldn't have been able to smoke a blunt at
Right.
Walked in that cocktail hour and made the most out that motherfucker. Goddamn it! Hey,
that's what
You
I was
ain't
gonna
never
say,
lied
they're gonna
though,
go.
because
And
that's
then-
exactly where I smoked the pen too. Was a wet and they had it
And
all
then
the same
another
place.
time-
It was the
yeah.
same.
Yeah, because them
Another-
L's and all that, they got a bigger stench. The
yeah,
Pins is
and
not
then
as
you be in
strong.
certain place. You know how it is. They right behind you if you like that bitch. Who? Oh,
It
we
definitely
smell
came
it.
out, yep.
Yeah.
So it's like then I was at a comedy show, and it's the end of the show. Everybody in the VIP mingling and shit, and I'm really ready to go. But I'm with my folk, and he talking to his folk, and I done spoke to everybody I need to speak to. But I just really want to smoke. It wasn't really about getting out. It was like the show over. It's time for me to like the half a L in your car type shit. And this girl, and it was funny because it was women asking me who I was because I'm in the VIP. They don't know me. You
Right,
must
right.
be somebody, and they was annoying me.
Mhm.
So then this one girl pulled out a vape pen and did one of them joints where she like flick it at you. Caught out the corner of my eye. I said,
Don't
I don't
mind
know
if
that
I
bitch.
do.
Then I said, and excuse me for saying bitch, but that's how I felt because I was being aggravated by groupie shit. Because you trying to get me to introduce you to, I ain't going to say who, but to them niggas. You know what I mean? I don't know her. She probably still fishing. I walk over there, she like, you look like you need this. I wiped that motherfucker off on my t-shirt and thanked her so many times because it saved me. I'm telling
Put
you,
back in your mood.
I only need a couple.
Yo.
I only need a couple. I smoke. So after a little bit of time, it starts getting
She saw your temperament going
She
up.
really seen it. Like I think she seen how I was looking at them.
That's funny. But
Like
you know
yo, they
what?
pissing him
Yeah,
off. He need
yeah,
to
she
smoke.
peeped
I know
it.
he smoke. Look at his hair.
You know what song you just made me think about? It's exact opposite of what you said, but it made me think of Gay and what's the Talib? What's it? Get him high.
Get him high.
Where he be saying how he be getting the bitches for saying he know Talib.
Yeah.
Are you like,
No, that's
they
really
was trying to get me to the.
Well,
Like, you
you-
made me think about this.
That's how
bro.
it
Bro
be
can
at
tell you
times.
we be backstage, on stage, side stage, VIP.
Right.
It happens.
Oh, you know, I
all
know.
day.
But see, I'm one of the
Oh,
biddies, so the biddies
dang.
ain't gonna come to me.
No, but
Some
it's
of them do.
yeah.
They don't never come to me. They don't never come to me unless
You
they
gotta
coming at
look-
me. Like they don't ever.
Well,
No, I was about to
That's
say,
what I
but
meant,
sometimes
yeah.
that's the angle
That's
too.
the angle, yeah.
Like it's kind of similar to like when I was in the streets and I was selling some shit I don't ever want to touch again, and I realized that everybody I sold it to tried to holler at me, every female, and I said I ain't that goddamn cute,
Right.
and that's how you feel when you in these environments. It's like, please, yo, just say what you want, yo.
I'd have saw you
Like
at the
stop
Acme.
gassing me up. Huh?
If I'd have saw you at the Acme,
Ooh.
you would have looked twice.
Exactly.
Ooh.
But now I'm in the VIP and it's lit, and I ain't
Yeah.
even doing because you know me. I don't. I come how I come, but at the same time, you are who you are. You treat
boy.
I appreciate that, but I mean, people gonna treat you how you are. And I used to tell, and this is any young men that listen to this. Women know a lot of different types of men. So
Absolutely.
no matter what you drive, what you got on, what you say, they've dated a bunch of motherfuckers that they've already put you where you. So you might as well be you. Is the first part of it. But when you're in the club, you could pop a million bottles, have all the ice on and all that cool shit. But you could also be the guy that walks in the club with a sweatsuit on and a hat low, and all them niggas popping bottles is like, yo!
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? Status got you everywhere.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
about status. It's about
Absolutely.
energy. If they respect you, if real niggas respect you, bosses respect you, then no matter how you came, you're probably respectable. Because you know why? She dated a nigga that didn't dress up that had it before.
Mm-hmm.
She dated a nigga that had properties in the squatter before. She dated a kingpin and had that headache before. And she know when she date another kingpin, she gonna deal with this much of it and she gonna get the rest of it from the nigga with the properties. So if you come in there and you play your part and you respectable, you'll be respected and you'll always be able to win. It should never be about women, but if you're about women, the best way to do it is just to be a thorough nigga.
Say word.
It ain't about jewelry or Gucci.
Yeah,
it's
shout-
never
yeah,
been
sh-
about that
Shout
shit.
out to
Say
the women.
word.
You know, we love the women.
We
Shout out
love
to the
women.
but
I mean, I'm
we
talking
wanna
about
be
real
around-
women,
they
and that's the
wanna be
thing
around
too.
We
A
love y'all,
vibe,
right?
you know what I'm
Bet.
saying?
You know what
gotta
niggas
create a
say,
vibe for women.
Bitches love that shit. If you want the ones that's gonna be on your top because you gotta watch, have at it, bro. Have at it. Knock
Yeah,
yourself out. I want to be around a vibe, like you
I
said.
give them experience.
I am
You know what I
definitely
mean?
not one of them.
When
you
we
know,
have a section, our section isn't trying to entertain you motherfuckers. Our section is trying to carry out however we carry it.
mhm,
And then you motherfuckers wind up watching us all night.
yeah.
You see what I'm
Right.
saying?
My mic. Turn around.
You're a little lopsided.
Oh, Oh no.
Oh, it came off.
Yeah, it came off. This thing was loose to me, like.
But yeah, like it's a different thing, and it's like similar to what I said earlier about him and his crew. When I'm around them, like, don't nobody be worried about all that. I'm worried about enjoying the people that I'm with.
Right.
I'm always worried about that
always,
first.
but it's always with that one in the crew, though. You know.
No, you always got an extra one, and I know y'all got one.
You know, we
but sheesh.
Shout out to my guys.
But I got a couple extras. But the thing is, we let them do them. We stay over here and we watch they back.
Yeah.
And when it's time, if they ain't on point, we put them on point. Yo, bro, not tonight, man. it ain't how we playing this tonight, babe. But like we say, and it's crazy because that became the theme, the blessing of a good circle. Wow. But it's so important because now you see more than ever how big support is. Motherfuckers are running around to everybody every day. When it was time to shut down, who you let in your crib? Who called you to check on you? Who like shit changes real quick. You know what I mean? And I ain't gonna fake it. Like he said, when this shit first started, motherfuckers, I'm coming through. No. Not at all.
Right. Everything ain't for everybody.
I got regulars, Flash, my guy. I'm sliding on my way home from work. Staying at the door, spinning the circle. We gonna Lysol you. Like, we was scared.
I remember. I ain't come down for a couple weeks.
It's evident on YouTube. Check YouTube. We've shot a lot of virtual Zoom episodes. And still, like, VOU, my folk, but on some real shit, VOU, Chalk, we've only had a handful of people since the pandemic started. Yeah, true. Because keep bringing guests through over and over and over again is kind of against the whole purpose of what we try to do. Because we, as much as we want to get the great interviews that we had on deck for y'all, because trust me, we got a list. If we can't Zoom them or Skype a lot of them, one, it's more difficult for a lot of them to even be able to attend because everybody has added responsibility. And two, it's just not, it doesn't present a good front safety-wise for the people. Right. You see what I'm saying? I got asked, as I have every week since March, what's up with the cookout? What happened to the cookout? Did I miss the cookout? As much as I got a scheme on how to do the cookout and not really draw or be able to socially distance, I still don't want to misrepresent the fact that we got to be careful right now. And just because I figured it out don't mean other people going to do it that way, but they going to see it as a green light. Because there's still people that's holding off like, he ain't even do his joint, I could wait. When I do mine, man, everybody pulls in the water. Everybody dropping their line. You know what I mean? Everybody fishing. And right now is a time where, I'm talking about a cookout where you don't even really make no money. You just spend money for people to have a good time. But there's plenty of other events that I could have strategized. And I'm going to do something light. But what could really be done based on what I've been seeing logistically, I'm just scared to present. Right. Because I don't want people to piggyback off of the wrong part of it. You see what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I got responsibility in that way.
Lead by example.
You don't want to add to the problem.
Yeah, because it's weird. I just saw the guy had he rented an Airbnb mansion. They had the pool party. All them people came. The cops came. The media came. And they was on the news talking about they promoted the party. They talking about it on the radio. He called a radio station while they grinding him up. He called up there. He like, man, but you can go to the market, right? But you can go to the gas station, right? He's just naming random shit that's like, of course you can. But we socially distanced. You had 3,000 people in the backyard. Like, what are you talking about?
Right, unnecessarily. You're thinking about essential things. You have to get gas. You have to eat.
And they like, you the one that was on the news? No, that's my brother. He an idiot. Well, nigga, you on the radio. And it's like,
you vouching for him.
And the whole time you saying it's not about the money. It ain't about the money. People needed something to do. And it's like, I dig it, but you got to be responsible for something, yo. And you doing this in other people's neighborhoods. You're jeopardizing a community of people with communities of people that don't live in that community. Right. During the pandemic. That's irresponsible.
Like you got a temporary site or location.
And they said they paid $1,200 for them tickets.
It's the same for the beach, though. Like, they be having...
Party bus, all that. $1,200 females.
That's
because they said it was a group of girls. I think it was like 5 of them that paid a stack. And they was like, he was like, no, they got a discount because we needed some more people.
That's crazy.
But my bad. Go ahead. Like, no, she just remind like that was a vicious point, right?
Yeah.
That was vicious.
That was vicious. But, I was gonna say that they had the beaches open for a long time in the beginning.
Yeah.
And they still
And
open
that's
now.
again lead by example because that's a part of administration. Like they shouldn't even have been open, but
I went to the beach a couple weeks ago, man. It was a fucking party on that joint. DJ, everything.
like a literal party.
And you
party.
was you in the mix or was you down yonder?
I went east.
That away.
Yeah, like.
I went that away.
And you know what's crazy? As much as I want to enjoy what I want to enjoy, I also realize that when you go to a lot of places, you're talking about people, you being around a large percentage of people that haven't socially distanced, don't have respect for the situation at all, and that's scary.
Let me
So,
tell you.
like, if you go to a party, you're going to a party full of a bunch of people that's not scared to be around 1,000
They're
people.
just wild. They just want to have a good time. You know what I'm saying?
I still like to have fun, yo.
Jeopardizing.
Absolutely.
A lot of shit.
I went jet skiing. Guess what I did? I wiped off the jet ski before I got on it. I was down B-More. Them scooters, them lime scooters. I got the lime scooter. I wiped it off with the wipes before I even got on that joint. Like, listen, I ain't bitching. I'm just cautious now.
Yeah,
No, it makes
keep
sense.
yourself-
And like one thing that I seen that people that travel often, especially rich people, do that I'm starting to realize I should have been doing. When they fly, they been sanitizing their situation.
Mm-hmm.
And shit, you want to take it even deeper. Michael Jackson was running around with a mask 30 years ago.
Exactly,
And y'all
but
thought he was crazy, but he was
Exactly.
traveling internationally constantly and had 100,000 to 1 million people at every venue he was
Yep.
popping up at.
Yep.
So it's like a lot of this shit is just so ironic
the
in a
mic,
lot of
rip
senses.
mic.
No, it's not ironic.
It is.
It don't feel like, damn, why we ain't been hip to that? Like, I should have been wiping my plane
China
seat
been
down.
doing that for years.
For years. You always seen pictures of China in the marketplace. You see half of the people with masks on. Not all of them. Maybe a third to half. And it's just like, well, why they got masks on? Or well, it's whatever's going on over there.
Right.
And that's how we carried it
Right.
until it was on over here. And this is something that's going on everywhere. So it's not even like we could do what Dickhead been doing and point it at them. It's really one of them things where, depending on where you at, you probably have a different understanding of where this comes from.
Yeah. A lot of
Depending
people
on
do.
what they want to spin as a scenario, who's their allies or not their allies. That's scary
Yeah.
when you're talking about people.
Everybody's divided.
But we also know, since we was teenagers, that countries are becoming vastly overpopulated,
Sure.
and they were going to find a way
To depopulate.
to lose a few folks.
Yeah. Well, you know, Bill Gates said that.
Yeah,
That's his plan. Depopulation.
yeah.
Said
But
it.
he gonna be on the ocean while y'all going
Yeah,
through this shit.
Ocean's 11.
He got enough shit on that boat to be out there 10 years before he got to come back.
I don't understand how someone in an interview says that he has a plan to depopulate,
He's
And
on
nothing
Gates.
happens.
and now he is in charge of the vaccine.
He's in charge of the
What is that
vaccine.
about?
He's high up on a list of everything related to this shit.
Hold up, bruh.
But no, realize the only reason he not buying TikTok, or what's the name not buying? No, he is buying TikTok. The reason that what's the name not buying TikTok is because he just had to speak in front of Congress. What's my man from Facebook? Zuckerberg. Only reason he ain't grab it is because they. So that was a move to put him in a position
So he can snatch it.
so that he could snatch it.
Yeah.
You see how smooth that was? We just pulled you up less than a week ago saying that you're trying to build a monopoly on social media and all of this stuff and information. You fight against that, and then right after that, we put a play in motion that Microsoft gets it or we cut it.
Right.
What, nigga?
Taking your feet out.
Bro,
You know what? I know
I
what-
can't wait to be president. All y'all getting shit.
Yo, you can actually be
You
president.
get
but-
Amazon, you get Facebook,
I
because I'm
take it.
snatching shit, because they can't do shit to me. Now I'm black. They make
Yeah.
sure that the motherfucking bulletproof ain't bulletproof. But, like, I'm just saying,
Damn.
I be done gave you they shit. Because they could really do that right now. Like, they just giving people shit away.
Right. I'm a little unsettled with like just the state of the world right now. Like it's just a lot of calamity. It's just a lot of unrest. And it's always been unrest, but I feel like it's heightened right now.
No, it's something that nobody's addressing right now. And being as though, like you said, I watch CNN all day. Every dictator type leader is push and go right now.
Yep.
All across the world.
Yep.
Country by country by country. Whoever, even in America, Look at what we got going on with the mask thing when it became a political statement.
Right.
So if you on Trump's side, you're going to make a statement saying fuck mask.
Right.
If you're not on his side, you're going to fight against it and saying these motherfuckers is not trying to save people.
Right.
Right? To the point that we had a sheriff that came out and said the governor could say whatever he want.
Right.
I'm not enforcing that.
Exactly.
Do you know that all he had to do was not enforce it? He made the statement because he's pledging allegiance to Heil Hitler. Like, it's the same shit when you really look at it.
Yeah.
So what's happening is there was a meeting that we all missed. Or maybe Kim Jong-un and a couple other motherfuckers and their recent things hyped a couple other motherfuckers up to say, well, we could do that shit too. We ain't going to lose to him. If he could do it, I could boss up too. I got power. Right. But there's a vicious cycle right now of everybody that's been wanting to pressing.
Yeah.
And it's happening in unison. And nobody's reporting on it like that.
No.
They're telling you the individual spots that's turning up. And you kind of got to go through 3 networks to get all of that shit.
Absolutely.
But what's in common is that everybody that can is flooring it. They are flooring it. They are oppressing more than they've ever oppressed before. Yeah. And they are not getting any backlash for it because everybody's so caught up in so much bullshit divide. Like I said, depending on where you at, depending what story you get. Right. That there's nobody to come and invade and take over or war with you about it because it's too much other shit going on.
Like I said earlier, bro, it's a soap opera. In a good soap opera, they're going to give you multiple characters, right? They're going to give you the good character and they're going to give you the bad character.
And they're going to tell you which one is good and bad to you.
But then they're going to show you how to empathize for the bad character and how to see where the good character shouldn't have made that bad decision that he made, and now he's the bad guy.
And now the bad character has the right to be
they play with it,
looked at as the good character.
So you like, oh no, now I want to see this. I don't know what to do.
And that's great television. It's horrible for society.
Guess what?
It's great television. The one thing I love about the show is that she humanizes everybody on the show.
Yo,
Lena Waithe found a way to humanize and make you feel bad for the guy that killed the innocent kid. Because nothing's monolithic, and she's showing that in the hood better than a lot of other people that produced anything that was hood related. But that's good for TV.
Right.
At some point, if I've been able to be persecuted and prosecuted for bullshit, then I need y'all to be taking care of motherfuckers that need to be took care of.
Right.
And stop worrying about my little ass and my couple bags of weed. Real shit, but go ahead, stop.
You took me. I don't even remember.
I went all the way left.
Yeah, because I can understand that, and it kind of goes to exactly what he was saying in regards to.
And I mean, I don't want to tell on myself, but think about it. How often do you ride around with no harmful intentions? They ain't doing nothing to nobody, but you're not necessarily not dirty.
Right.
If I got, you know what I mean? Not necessarily not dirty. That I might not. I'm not saying if I'm banging the bottle at the well, because I'm not pointing to the bottle. I'm pointing to the tray. But like, that could be a problem. Enough of a problem that it loses me days of my life or my life.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
But you could smoke a cigarette in my face and lock the windows.
Right. You know what I think is crazy? What I think is crazy is that you can't have a medical marijuana license and have the
gun
permit. I think that's the stupidest
ridiculous.
thing.
I don't know if that's universal,
Because,
but I heard.
I mean,
that's
here it is, Pennsylvania.
No,
it is.
yes. Well, we in a Commonwealth.
But I'm just saying. But what I'm saying is, let me finish. But you can drink alcohol and have a permit to carry, where it's definitely going to alter your mind. You know what I'm saying?
You're also not supposed to
vision.
be. You're also not supposed to be in a bar drinking with your firearm on
Your vision.
Yeah, but
You're not supposed to.
Let's
I
say
mean, I'm
you're
just
not at a
saying.
bar. You're at a party.
Let's say you're home.
But I mean, I'm just saying, like,
Let's say you're home.
you have more liabilities as a licensed carrier than you do as an illegal carrier. That's my point. Like, I heard a story. My man's uncle woke up, somebody over top of him in his bedroom. He grabbed his shit. Bull run. He started dumping. Boom, boom, boom. He get up, bull at the bottom of the steps. Dead. Serving life. Why? Because they determined when he ran, he was no longer a threat.
Yeah.
Now, my kid's bedrooms is down the hallway. How I know if he going down the steps or down the hallway?
At that point, I don't understand.
And mind you,
that's
his
home
lawyer was
invasion.
probably weak, but at the same time,
Yeah.
just because I can afford a license to carry don't mean I can afford the best lawyer.
But that's crazy because that's home invasion. So like I feel as though
So he has more rights than you, like squatters.
if someone's in your house, unless they're running to the door, unless they're out the door, and
That's
you
why I
start
said he
shooting
was
them
at
while
the
they're out
top
the
of the
door.
steps. Mm-hmm.
If you're in my house and you broke into
You're
my
still
house,
in my house. I don't know what your
come
intentions
on,
are.
That's ridiculous. That's against the.
If you
your amendment to
barricade
carry
yourself
to-
down
to-
the hallway, I got a bigger problem than ever.
Yeah, you allowed to have firearms in your home
Right.
for protection. So what's the
Going life.
problem if you eliminate a threat that broke in?
He was no longer
That's
a threat
crazy.
because he turned and he was running down the steps. But you're in the dark. You see what I'm saying? You don't know if this man went straight or was on a pivot. And if he got hit trying to go down the steps, that means he wasn't down the steps.
Right.
It's happened. And
He
a
could've
lot
tried
of
to go
it,
on the steps after he got hit.
I mean, I could have knocked him down the steps from shooting him. Like, what are you talking about?
Exactly.
Like, if I hit him in the back with a 40, he might change
That's just
direction.
crazy. All for protecting his property and his family and himself.
And it's crazy because of the
Definitely had a
understanding
bad
that you
lawyer.
have to come to when you got to sit there and do that time. You have to say, well, it was the greater good and da 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 da.
I got a question since we're talking about law.
Let's talk.
What do you feel about? I just saw a story about a young man who did like 6 years off of a rape charge,
Mhm.
and then the girl finally came out and said that it wasn't true.
I think that they need to start giving these women the same potential time as these guys could get. But I think that the reason that it's not going to happen, which I kind of understand, is it's a slippery slope.
Very slippery slope.
Because every woman that accuses a guy of rape that's
Very
legit
slippery.
does not win.
But how
So
slippery is the
you
slope when
don't
she
want
says that she did?
victims. No,
Go ahead, go
that's
ahead.
the. But see, then now
When
we,
she
but now we talking
flat
about
out
lawyers.
Come and say
Now we talking about lawyers. At that point, it becomes like the police. If you're in that position, they just tell you
Duress.
what to say. As long as you didn't say that, you could have been wrong, but just don't admit to it.
You know what I mean? So I'm talking about specifically this case.
Yeah.
Specifically this case.
If
After
she
he
admits
served
to
time
it,
and
she
they
should
come
be able to
forward
get the
and
same
say
15,
that I
20,
lied.
10 to
That's
20.
like Emmett Till. Emmett Till died because somebody lied, right?
She waited till she was on her deathbed.
My point. So, so let's take it more current. So that specific example, I feel like you ruined somebody's life. I definitely feel like she
I
should
know
have
people
some
that went through that.
consequence
She
after
should. I think she should have did the same time that he
That
did.
he could have got.
Absolutely.
Whatever he served, she should have
Especially if
served.
she admits to it. But see, then at that point, you're not going to get anybody to admit to it. And that's my point.
Right.
Like a lot of times you get these confessions off of somebody trying to clear their
You're
conscience. Their conscience ain't that
You're
fucking
right.
important in a jumpsuit.
Right.
You right.
You know what I mean? And I
They ain't
know a
gonna tell
guy.
They ain't gonna tell the truth if they might potentially go to jail.
Right.
And at
I
least
know-
that person can get out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
That's
I
why
mean,
said it's slippery.
we
because-
seen strange stories like that shit that happened in Florida with the football player. The young lady was a year below the age of consent, but they were 2 years apart in age.
Mhm.
And he was like 16. And he got head and went to jail and fucked his football career up.
Mhm.
And the way that they found out was because this shit was literally innocent. If we go to the same high school, we can date, yo.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, it was innocent. I went to a school where seniors was taking freshman girls on the prom.
Right.
We know what happens on 75% of prom nights, yo.
Not mine.
Like, let's be for real. I said 75. That's what.
I'm
You know
probably
what?
25.
I probably would have said 98 if you want to.
Yeah. I hate you.
But no, that's what I'm saying. Like, I do believe that they should be able to get potentially what that person would have got. But then there's also a civil suit. You also got to talk about ruined reputations, ruined opportunities. And like I was saying before, I knew a guy who he had a girlfriend. It was his girlfriend. They was having sex. They got caught. Her folks was law enforcement, and her grandfather was a judge.
Yeah.
She called what she called? Roofing. Like, and it was just because she didn't want her family to know.
Yeah.
She was active.
That's crazy.
And whoever
That's
walked
terrible.
in on them didn't see that.
That's terrible.
They saw two young kids getting at it and was like,
Consensual sex.
yeah, that's crazy. So it's a big problem, and I think that, you know, we dealing with a lot of legislation nowadays that I didn't think was possible in a short amount of time. So maybe we can add that to the motherfucking list.
Yeah.
Maybe it's possible to just put that on the list with all that other shit, because it's really disgusting. And then if a man, like, all right, we can get into it. I watched Marriage Boot Camp
I haven't seen. I gotta catch up.
because my man Corrupt was on there, bro, and
I
I'm
gotta catch up.
intrigued. And he going through some shit on there, and it was cool. It's one of my guilty pups every week.
I gotta catch up.
But the latest bomb is that Vado jumped up, gripped up, tried to choke his girl.
Mm.
A guy.
Vado, yeah. Remember the rapper Vado?
Yeah.
Tahiri.
It was Tahiri, Joe X.
Wow.
So what happens is dead wrong.
Absolutely.
Start from that. Dead wrong. But if you watch the season, there's been 3 different occasions that she has physically assaulted him, specifically to his face, like thrown a phone at his face, drinks at his face. That night she threw 2 apples at his head. Nobody on the staff, not a therapist, not security, not producer, pulled her to the side and said, we're not going to have that here.
Unacceptable.
And I'm not excusing what he did, but I'm trying to paint the picture of, like, how far would they go for ratings and at whose expense?
Oh, for sure.
Because it's bound to build up to somewhere. This man is on TV for 2 weeks getting embarrassed more than he's probably ever been embarrassed nationally in his life. Because she's also said stuff like, this the brokest nigga I ever dated.
Did. That was ridiculous.
On TV. You see what I'm saying?
Lady.
And I'm not making an excuse, but I'm trying to understand when y'all super promote everything about him grabbing her, but you have never addressed her fucking him up.
Yeah.
What is, like, you are a therapist and a judge. It's doctors. It's like producers.
Yeah,
like we're in sensitive workspaces now where you can't let certain shit happen to people.
Yeah.
So it's like I said, the one thing you get from their relationship when you watch them is that he's not that bright and she's very disrespectful and violent.
Well, it's a slippery slope with domestic abuse too.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you go outside, walk down the block, and you see a dude arguing, yelling, and gripping up a chick, you more than likely gonna step in and, yo, my man, relax. You know what I mean? If not, you gonna put your hands on him one way or another, right?
You're willing to risk what might happen after that because you know
that woman,
the climate, right?
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's that if it's that serious, but if the shoes is around and you see a chick doing that to a dude, you might laugh at that nigga. Like,
I've seen,
not me personally, because I understand.
I've seen a chick rough a chick up, like rough a bitch up, like they on the corner,
and she bullying her.
Yeah, she in her bag, her. And I'm literally like, I don't know what to do, but I know this ain't cool neither. Yeah. But I know also in a lot of same-sex relationships, there's a lot of violence because you're kind of allowed to fight each other. Like, it's not like a man beating a woman or vice versa. It's like if you 2 women, you 2 men, y'all just rumbling. Right. But that's not healthy either, and it's scary as hell, yo.
Well, if you fighting, if y'all got a beef and y'all fighting, that's y'all business. Right. But if you fucking somebody up and they not defending themselves, you just bullying them.
And that's what I said about the female. And the female was like, she was like jacking her against the wall, like had her like couldn't get off the wall type shit, and wouldn't keep holding her, like pushed against the wall, stood there, and just kept and then like. Did one of forearm jaws and then stood back, and shorty wasn't going nowhere. And I'm just like, if I hop out, this gonna be bad because it's gonna look like I did some crazy shit because it's still 2 women. Right. But clearly, she's winning by a landslide, and it's just like watching somebody get stomped. Like, all right, yo, that's enough, yo. I don't want to see nobody die out here. Like, you won already. What else you trying to prove?
Right.
And I felt like that. I've seen 2 women, and I felt like, and that was recently too, and it felt weird, bro.
Right.
It felt weird. You just reminded me of that.
I just want to say, like, I don't think I'm an aggressive woman. Okay, so as an aggressive woman, I don't know. Whatever. I'll say that I've grown though. So, but I will say that in my past, I've done some things that were pretty. Like, so what I want to say is like assault at times can be both ways, like you said. Like, so I know I've done some things like I probably assaulted someone and then their response was to
assault back.
Right. But I know, so I was just having this conversation. I feel like I was wrong though, right? Like I put my hands on like
you were both wrong.
We was both wrong, but it was a reaction. Like, it's not like this nigga just punched me in my face for no reason. Like, I literally hog spit in this nigga face. Like, I think somebody's gonna punch you in your mouth for that shit. Like, that's disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Well, but I've grown. I feel like any type of abuse is just not necessary, and it's just not. It shouldn't be tolerated.
For sure.
I'm somebody that grew up in the era of the movie Baby Boy, and I actually was in college right after that movie came out. When if you went to somebody's black apartment or crib, Baby Boy probably came on at some point. and you in mixed rooms. There's men and there's females. And there's one part of the movie that splits the room every time. And it's when she gets mad at him, she hits him in his back 25 times while he's trying to leave the apartment. He turns around, he smacks her one time, spends the next 2 scenes eating ass and apologizing.
She punched him. She punched him right in his eye.
Punched him in his eye after.
He did it on one of these.
Yeah, and it looked like a reaction. It looked like a reaction. And
Exactly.
one of the things that I realized from that is, no matter how many times she hit him, most of the women in the room is going to say, but no matter how many times, you still should. And I understand, though that may be true, it looked like a reaction. And you never know how far you could push somebody before they react. That's why
There's
violence is never cool. But that also makes it where I'm dealing with somebody that's volatile, likes to yell and scream, likes to put their hands on me. I gets the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
And Saf can attest to this. I've called her before. Like, yo, you down this way? Come get me. And before Saf could get there, Shorty jumped on my back 3 times. I shook off my back one time. She hit the floor. I'm scared to death like she might have hurt herself. And she right back on my back for the 4th time. I'm at the top of the steps. In a duplex, trying to go down steps. Like, if the cops come, I'm going to jail. Because your neighbors is calling and saying, yo, they next door, he beating her ass. They don't realize I'm trying to get the fuck out of Dodge.
Right.
Done called the homegirl. Now I got in more trouble because I called a chick to the crib. But I was supposed to wait to see if you had 45 minutes to get down there when she was going to be there at 10. And mind you, why was I walking out already? I'm going to wait outside.
Right.
We ain't even doing this till my ride get here. I only gotta be on your porch. I will walk to the corner because I can't be responsible for that.
Yeah.
When you jump on my back 4 times and I'm trying to go down steps and I'm feeling like this is the real attack. If I hurt you, I'ma still feel bad because when you fell off my back, I was scared to death for you.
Yeah.
Like you wasn't attacking me. That's a scary place to be in. And a lot of dudes don't get out of that. Like, cause say they came and she broke her wrist or some shit, or had bruises from the fall.
Yeah.
They don't know where that shit came from.
Yeah.
But me, the whole time, I'm like, yo, I don't want to argue. Now you getting violent. I'm out. I beat out the door. I'll take it. And it wasn't the last time that a woman attacked me. But at the same time, both times it was just like, just get away. Get away. And that's what I feel about that scene. It's like he was trying to leave.
So how you feel about the Tory and Meg situation?
I'm very nervous about that situation.
So
you know why? Because it don't make no fucking sense.
Right.
Not only did you shoot a woman, allegedly, but Meg? Like, bro, I ain't never been that temperamental in my life that I didn't take stake of the women that were around me.
Yeah.
Now, my mom might gotta watch me rumble. My sister might gotta watch me rumble. But I'm not gonna get them hurt. No matter how mad I am, even if it's at though. My woman, like, no.
Yeah, for sure.
It doesn't make sense. So it's scary because it's like, what scenario, whatever the scenario is not gonna make sense.
Nope.
It's not gonna make sense. He fucked up. He might have ruined everything. God bless the fact that she came out of it as best as possible. Huh?
You know he just got out of his deal like a month ago.
And then he started winning. Quarantine radio and all that shit.
Right.
He was rolling.
He was rolling.
Super talented to begin with.
Absolutely.
But quarantine radio showed us a side of we didn't know he had. And
Right.
he was good at it.
He was.
Like, I do this shit.
Very entertaining.
He was good at that shit,
Yeah.
bro.
Very entertaining.
Even when they said you can't put no more titties on you, he found a way to get it popping.
No more cherry.
It was lit. But as soon as we heard a verse from Moneybagg Yo, we seen him standing behind Meg at her crib in quarantine early on.
Yeah.
And we seen her with her ever since. Like, let's keep it real. And it was just speculation. And it wasn't cool for her to say she was messing with him because she just got out of a relationship. And that would look like that. And this is what I want to show y'all too. Can we keep it G?
That's real life.
A lot of these divas that y'all have been looking up to all these years are being exposed this year and last year. They are regular people
That's what I'm
with
saying.
a lot of insecurities and bad relationship problems. And I'm talking about damn near all of the ones that I've seen idolized in our community, besides the ones that's really solid and that we look up to for the right reasons. They've all showed y'all that it ain't all that perfect.
Couple goals.
Nobody's perfect.
Couples
though.
goals. Everybody y'all put on couples goals.
I don't
We've
know if I
seen
have
some
any
shit
right,
that
that's
y'all
what I'm
couldn't
saying.
handle out of them. You could
Yeah.
never handle what they fighting
Yeah.
through.
Me being better.
You
than
don't
her
even
is
wanna
my
be
couple goals.
B&J
Fuck
through
that.
Lemonade.
I don't look up to like nobody. I'm good.
I mean, that's
Why
just
would
like
well, I
idolizing
should look up to something I
person.
could touch.
My thing is, like I said, me being a better
I
person.
got a
than her is my
grandmother,
couple's
grandfather,
goals.
mom, and dad. I need to look up to something I could touch. Somebody that I could run to and get real rap from.
Right.
Even if it's going to their cemetery and just knowing the vibes and knowing what they would have told me.
Right.
Like, I can't do it based on a caption that has nothing to do with your life, a bunch of fake shit that hides you from us, and a whole lot of insecurity that makes you present what you present.
Hold
I
up.
can't vibe with that.
Pause. Listen, I just got into an argument with somebody. I'm guilty of doing something. So somebody told me. So I was arguing with somebody about. I don't remember what I was arguing. I forgot what I was arguing about. But they said that I liked the picture that said exactly what I was arguing about. And I'm like, well, damn. I think I just like that picture
Been
because I
there
like the
before.
picture. I don't think I read the fucking caption. So you arguing with me about something that I don't even know what you're talking about because I'm guilty. I like the picture. I did not read. I don't know. I'm sorry.
I've been there before. Where
So I was guilty of that. I feel bad. I should have read with the shit that I liked.
It was
I'm
like
sorry.
it was like you
Talking to yourself. That's what it was. I told the person they talk to themselves too much. Like, yo, keep your thoughts to yourself because I'm think you talking to me. Like, because I'm not sure
They
what
got
you're saying.
offended.
They're like, I'm not even talking to you. I'm talking to myself. Well, keep that shit to your fucking self. They're like, but you just liked the post when she said she liked talking to herself. I'm like, dog, I probably just like her
You know
picture.
what I took from what you just said. I don't like, and I have a problem, an issue with people when you are in face to face with me and you're talking to me about social media.
That's a
Don't-
good one. I'm gonna take
what I
that
mean?
from you.
If we spend some type of time together, business, personal, whatever it may be, we shouldn't be ever discussing social media unless
But-
it's some other funny stuff or cool stuff we saw.
I like that. I'm
Now
gonna take
you
that
know
from you.
when
like
when I
that.
usually discuss it, I discuss it in the aspect, especially on here, as building and making people recognize that we're not utilizing it to our full capacity in our
Right.
community.
Absolutely.
It's a bunch of people doing what they think they're supposed to do instead of really getting their self out there, expressing certain things, opening people up, sharing shit that could help other people. Like, we could utilize it so much better. The part that bothers me in person is when you seen everything on my social media and I ain't even know you was on my page because you ain't like, comment, share, none of that shit. But you want to discuss it.
You want to talk about
You
it.
care about it. You're excited
Oh yeah, I
about it.
seen you doing such and such a. Oh, you
And
did?
it's just like, is this just filling time? Because I don't got to spend the next 15 minutes doing this, yo. Because at the end of the day, you don't really give a fuck. And maybe you do. Like I say, people got their ways about them. But then it's like, what is it in you that makes you not hit that button or hit me up before I bump into you
Yeah.
and all of a sudden it's lit? Like,
But
that's frustrating.
Just by somebody saying, "Oh, you like this picture."
It's
because of something.
weird.
You know what I mean? You like,
It's weird.
just
I
like you
show
said,
love.
You might not
Very weird.
even really looked into it like that.
I show
Like,
love.
You might have been scrolling in on your like.
It
jar
wasn't
for a second.
expensive.
You don't
I
It
even
was
think
the
I
know.
probably like
cheapest.
the merch,
It was
like
the
you said.
cheapest thing I paid for all day.
Yeah, right.
The person that they said whose picture I liked, I know that I like it for their merch. I'm very supportive of them. So I didn't even read whatever they said.
And it's
I'm
crazy
not even
'cause-
sure of
Yeah.
what it was.
I
But
put
again, I
something-
think that it's very like futile. It doesn't even make sense. Like
It's too much.
I don't spend my energy on that type
It's
of
too
time.
much for too little.
Especially the energy. I replies. Like if you want to go back and forth, I'm gonna respond to you one time.
I gotta get
I'm
there.
gonna think about what I want
I had
to
a
say.
long one yesterday.
And I'm gonna say what I had to say. If you can respond and you going against it again, like you could keep going 100 times. You're not gonna get no more out of me.
But you know what?
It's
The
like-
funny thing is, it depends on my mood with that shit. Like
You-
if
you
I'm
really wanna-
roasted
you really wanna check
and
I'm
I'm
about to say,
chilling,
You can
Really
go
wanna
in
check
there.
out.
I'll
nigga.
do it. But also,
go in though.
what you don't see is the times where I'm like, I'm gonna let my timeline get them first,
And so you know what?
and then I'm gonna just like everybody's shit because I know that what they said is so crazy. I don't even have to handle that. Like, you know what? You gonna see that this is not about me and you.
right.
You know what I mean? Because it turns into that a lot of times. And if you on my feed, I either respect you, know you from some form where there's some kind of respect for you, or I fuck with you.
Right.
So us disagreeing or trying to come to a understanding is not something that I want you to take as a me versus you thing. This is an issue versus issue, topic versus topic thing. This is not our whole existence, yo. Just because you think people can see you possibly be wrong.
You know, I think
That's scary.
I think it highlights a lot of people's insecurities, right? I think it's like
Absolutely.
I think it might. I'm trying to remember what album it is. I think it might be Lemonades or it might be the Carters. I'm not sure, but anyway, I know Tina Knowles talks about just because I'm pro-black doesn't mean I'm anti-white. You know what I'm saying? So just because I'm saying something about one thing, it does, like, people need to stop being so narcissistic. It's not about you.
It's about
it's
nuance.
About the movement. It's about whatever it's about, but it's not about you as an individual. You know what I'm saying? So some people just can't understand that and can't get with that.
No, and you're right. You're absolutely correct.
I was gonna say this one time somebody added me, right? It was a screenshot.
I'm sorry,
of
Tina
them
Lawson.
being blocked.
Sorry.
Being blocked on somebody's page, right? In the comments, it was like, I mean, you put a caption or whatever, it's like, "Hey, VOU, get your folks. They mad because I ain't want to buy merch and block me," right? And put it in their story. So I get this in my DM. I'm looking at it. I said, man, hey, look, bro, don't ever include me in no goofy shit like this again, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Been there before, bro.
He like, but no, that's your folks. I'm like, listen, bro.
No.
That ain't got nothing to do with me. And you talking about being blocked on Instagram. Niggas get blocked every day, dog. I ain't got time for
But
that.
that's not
really
real life,
taking it
dog. Who
personal.
cares?
What are you talking about?
I remember years ago, and it's somebody that's in the internet radio field right now. She had a situation where she was a part of a production, and the young lady had wrote the script, and the mother was directing and getting carried out or whatever. And at some point, the young lady unfollowed her on Twitter or blocked her on Twitter while they were in the middle of this production.
Okay.
She went on a whole rant, wound up getting into it with the mom, all type of shit. And all I could think of was, at your age, how do you even know she unfollowed you?
Right.
I got the app.
I'm about to say, app just popped up today. App just
You
popped up today on
already
my
doing
phone.
too much, yo. Like, yo, like, that's too much. You care too much.
Yo, that joint just popped up on my phone today.
Like I can't care that much, yo. And I know it's a couple people that have muted me on certain pages, blocked me from certain. I don't.
Who cares?
That's low key like narcissistic. Like.
No, it is. But see, it's
Everybody's
narcissism.
narcissistic
It's
these
narcissism
days.
from people that don't have power. Because if you have real power, you realize that's not as powerful as you think it is.
Yo, I feel like
a lot of times the person that you muting or blocking don't want to see what the fuck you type every day.
Anyway, but guess what? I feel like social
We was
media.
trying to keep you on my page because I don't want you to feel like I hate you.
Hey, yo, bro. I feel like social media encourages narcissism. I swear.
Yeah, it do. It's like what I said earlier.
I swear it
Everybody
does.
has a false sense of entitlement because they have a platform. But your platform is level and equal with everybody else's platform until you do something.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly.
So when you look at it that way, when you look at it that way, you got a bunch of people on there that's trying to brag but make it seem inspirational and humble. And then you got a bunch of people on there that's bragging about bullshit. And then you got a bunch of people on there, which all these might not be separate. A lot of these might be crossing categories. A bunch of motherfuckers that think, well, this is what everybody else does. This is what I'm supposed to do. Or, this is fake. The real world is real, but not realizing that 80% of the people that's going to see them today, if they post, would be online. So that's more real than the real world.
How about this? 80% of the people that's going online, if they see you, not going to know who, not any of us, but just generally speaking, the way all these filters
You want to know
and
you look like in person
social,
anyway.
they not going to know who you are anyway. Like, they not going to know who you are. Because a lot of these
Motherfuckers
people is filters, is angles, is
and that's
Some
the
of them
thing.
not even gonna be brave enough to speak.
it's catfishes.
But you a
it's
man.
all kind of stuff.
Exactly. That's cat. And I was just about to speak to catfishing. You a man. Women will show you angle. And then you see her all the time showing angles. Never really show the real her. And then her posts start being about these niggas out here playing games. No, they not playing games. They came to see one person. They saw another person. But since they was there, they bought you lunch and bust your ass. And since you laid out on the
Man,
table,
I ain't playing the field.
and since you
Jeez.
laid out on the table everything that you need because you over this age and you got this many kids, they agreed to all of it. Cause why not? It's quickest way. Like you not fooling nobody, and he's not playing games. You catfished him. He figured I might as well get something out the deal. And if she look like that, I know she get good hit. Oh, never mind.
Jeez.
I'm just speaking on rumors. Just rumors. Speculation.
Okay.
But no, it's like it creates a weird space where we're so early in it that people don't realize, one, how powerful it is, how powerful they can be, and two, how much of their life it has become.
Right.
You get a lot of your percentage of your business, most people nowadays, especially in startups, off of LinkedIn's and Facebooks and Instagrams and Twitter shares and stuff where you could reach a market that you wouldn't readily be able to reach if they had to walk past your storefront.
Right.
So if it's that real to your business, if it's that many more people that'll see your outfit today than you could walk past that know you, then it's a real thing. And we have to treat it a certain way. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Because we need to maximize potential, such as the simple shit, sharing people, tagging people, all of that shit that supports other businesses, trains of thought, conversations, groups. Because there's all kinds of things you can get from these groups other than worrying about who's smutting who and post your best selfie and tell me how old you are. Like, there's other stuff we can gain from other groups. And we need to tap into that.
Right.
We need to figure out a way that maybe we can have some of these covert discussions that we keep talking about, but we can organize them through those platforms and then go figure out what we want to do and then present it the way we need to present it.
Sure.
Before they can infiltrate it or fuck it up or whatever have you. But those kind of outlets and platforms make it kind of easier to do that than to stand on a corner handing out flyers and hoping you don't hand one to a Fed.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So we need to maximize the potential of these things. I wanted to learn so much more than that you found a position that you feel like is your best look. That's not even your best look, that you look nervous in every time you take it. I wanted to learn more about you than that. You wrote a book. You write poems. You make beads and garments. But all I hear about is frustration and I'm cute. Why you don't let us tell you cute?
Right.
And it's dudes that's doing the same shit. Like, don't think it's sexist. But the weird thing about it is chicks
no double standards here.
Is dating these dudes that are doing the same exact thing they're doing and then being confused when they was fucking with a weirdo. Why is a man putting a camera in his own face as much as you?
You know, I can't dig it.
Why does he have to show every pair of sneaks he buys?
There's
How come every time there's a tab that's over $50, we see it? You don't think he's weird?
Absolutely.
That don't look like a cornball? The dude that's posing with the hookah in his mouth and the 8th grade sexy grin don't look scary to you?
No, my dudes don't do that.
Like, I really don't understand it. Like, and it's not hating on one type of person. It's like, these people are working at angles and you're expecting a different outcome from the angle they on. You can't boss up, be a boss, bad bitch, diva, all of this shit, and you can't recognize a cornball.
Exactly. That circles back to what we talked about in the beginning. The circle.
Company you keep.
It's all about your circle. We talked about that. You said that was a theme. Going back to the beginning.
No, you gotta have a secure circle, and you gotta keep it real with each other. Like,
and you only as strong as your weakest link.
It's like, how many times you seen a girl walk around the club with some bullshit on, but she with 5 other bitches? Ain't none of them told her she wasn't sexy tonight. Every one of them told her she killing it. You slay. Her hashtag gonna say, when I slay, I slay.
I see them all the time, and I be like, okay.
But you know how shady women are. Go to her girlfriend picture. Like, you see how, it'll be me and her on my page.
I know what he about to say because I thought about you when I posted something yesterday.
Click on her name and go to the picture she posted on her page of us. I bet you I look like shit. She look great.
Guess what? Nope. Guess what? Shout out to my sister Dita.
And I'm not saying her in particular, but that's what they do.
No, bro. I thought about you yesterday. Shout out to my sister Dita Stallion, free Dita. Yo, so you saw I posted a picture of me and my sister.
She's beautiful.
But I guess what? We had a couple pictures. I wanted to make sure that I had the best picture for both of us, but literally for her because
they don't see her all the time.
They don't see her. My sister's down. So I thought about you. I was like, yo, Rue be cracking up right now with my whole thought process with this because I ain't highlight me. Real. I highlighted my sister.
I look at pictures when I post them because if y'all look at my pages or anything, and even what I share with people for them to put up wherever they want, I put up everything my face is in, and I'm usually making dumbass faces because I talk too much. So but I don't give a fuck because I'm in enough pictures where it doesn't matter if I look perfect every time.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
You everywhere. They
but
never there.
when I post it, I don't look for how I look. I look at how y'all look. Because I want to see if it's blurry. I want to see if it's something that Saf might not necessarily be comfortable with.
Same here with my artists.
And I might post the one that don't even show my sneaks. Even though I love showing my sneaks. If y'all look better than that bitch.
Yeah, I tell them, yo, nah, that ain't the right clarity. We need to do that again. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, just make sure it look good. You know, it's not about me. It's about you.
It's about us, which means I gotta prioritize you. We have to prioritize each other.
Yeah,
And that's part of like the people in this room. Even shit, all four of us at this point, we all know how to understand what each other brings to our situation and how to reciprocate that. And we also understand that we're at a level where that can only grow.
right.
So it's nothing to resent, it's nothing to present until it's time to get busy. But in the meanwhile, we just support each other.
Yeah, resentment is a motherfucker.
Yo, that resentment shit crazy. I always say, if somebody working and they say, yo, we need to get together, blah, 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 and they don't get with you right away, but you can see that they working, back a little bit.
Yeah.
Relax. Because usually it's greater later anyway. When the time is right, it's going to happen, right? But also on top of that, if it's somebody that you looking at like, damn, nigga, you need me, and you ain't, it's probably a reason for that too. They probably ain't ready for that neither, and you don't need to put your energy there. Right. So either way, you're overextending energy for something that's going to make sense when it's supposed to make sense. Right. But you're getting upset. You're treating people a certain type of way, and you're putting up certain kind of posts if you're that kind of person, and you're doing things that's based on that. That's energy drainers.
Yep. Instead of coming to the boss with a plan.
You know how long Corey Williams been waiting on me to fucking shoot the video for the song me and him got?
No.
Probably about 3 years. The album been out for 3 years.
Damn.
I texted that nigga this morning and said I'm ready. Look on Facebook. But part of it was like y'all know I had the knee surgery and I had the situation and the rehab and all of that. But also when I woke up this morning, I realized I had the perfect venue to shoot it in, and I didn't realize it. Part of it was trying to be able to scout venues to figure out where we could do it at that made sense. I had one idea that I know I could get to. I needed an alternate or a second, depending on whatever. And I figured it out. But it makes more sense now than it would have then.
Be like that sometimes.
And if I could have wrapped my head around it, then if I wasn't going through, I might have figured it out then. But now, it's going to be a movie.
Do you direct your videos or?
I write my treatments.
Okay.
I write my treatments, but on video day, I don't want to think.
Okay.
I just want to work.
Right.
So, like, I've been blessed that on most of my videos, I've had somebody, whether it's the director or a third party, that picks up the slack.
Yeah.
That directs the people. Like, I shot toreup in the warehouse and we threw a rave. I had a motherfucker jump in front of me while I'm doing my performance scene and just stare at me in my face. And before I could cock back, somebody picked him up, threw him over his shoulder, and walked him that way. I need that. Because once I get in my other mode, we not getting back to this for a minute.
Right.
We went through it yesterday. It was a dog fight out front. I got caught in the middle of that shit. It took me 3 hours to stop being fucking excited because not only was I breaking up dogs, I got owners talking crazy.
Hostility.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to be understanding, but it don't make it no easier. Because I ain't got shit to do with this besides trying to help.
Yeah.
But now you're trying to put me in a place where I'm going to have to get in the mode that I ain't been in a while because I've been in a good space. But I'm better at that mode than you.
So
I know this race car.
So where you at musically right now?
Right now, I'm at a point where a little birdie looked up at me one day and said, you got all these singles and records that you recorded randomly. When's the EP coming out? I said, the EP? She said, you got about an album worth of new shit. When the EP coming out? So I'm at the point where I want to get back in the booth, tighten up some loose ends, and strategize my rollout for my next project, which is accidental, but it's kind of cohesive. And it's like, you built projects before. You could have 7 records that's like, they might not all be on the same note, but they work together if you put 2 more pieces in between them. You see what I'm saying? The transition works.
Absolutely.
So I'm at that point where I'm like finalizing.
That's what's up.
And on some real shit, it's going to be greater than it was before because I've even gotten better with, like you are right now, my business side of it, paperwork and all of that shit. I've upgraded some of that, and I'm about to make more moves with that so that it could be better. So it's actually the perfect time to do it. And with the momentum of Sippin Wit Sammie and Flyboy, like, what the fuck else I'm supposed to do?
Right.
That's what I like to hear.
But I appreciate that you appreciated that record, bro.
Oh, yeah.
He heard ask about me for the first time. That's what I'm saying. That's an old record.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. Okay.
And he was like, yo, because I did it over the, they did the For the Love one-on-one tournament.
Right.
And that was
okay.
that was the overlay track for the highlights.
Okay.
And he was like, yo, where this record is out? And I'm like, bro, it been out. He like, yo, my bro don't just do this, that, and the third. He also make dope shit. And it's like, nigga, if like when we do this so much and we work with so many people, it gets to the point where it's like you forget what to push sometimes, bro.
Yeah.
I'm sending people 3 emails. That's not on the 3. You see what I'm saying? So I forget that there's people that ain't got their love. Like they didn't know it was out there.
Yeah.
So it was love that one. It stood the test of time over the few years it's been out that
Timeless
you still
music.
appreciate it because you thought it was new.
Yeah. Timeless music, bro.
You see what I'm saying? And I appreciate that. But that was one of those things where I literally I got a couple records when I try to, without directly doing it, break down the Gemini in me. My personality swings. You see what I'm saying? It's like I try to be cool. I turn up a lot. But then there's times where I try to explain to you why I do both.
I like that. That's versatility in the project. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to hear the same sound straight through.
And I learned that from a homie a while ago. We threw a big event for his release party for his mixtape, and he never let me hear it. And then when I heard it, I said, nigga, every song on it sound the same. He like, damn. Mind you, South helped throw it. We spent a stack of piece about for this event, and it was a cookout at that. We talking about fully catered, 12 people serving people, full bar, all that shit.
Right.
And when I heard the project, if he'd have talked to me 3 weeks ago, it'd have been a better project.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just because of, like you said, you don't want to hear the same shit.
Yeah.
It was about balance, and I've always looked at my shit like that. Ever since then, because like as talented as I knew he was, as versatile as I knew he was, I think he tried to drive something a little too hard, whereas he thought a different beat meant a different vibe, and it's really not like that to the listener.
That's one of my favorite parts about music, though, or projects, is organizing them. You know, that's like I really just
arranging is a thing in itself.
Get in the
It's
zone.
the second biggest part to A&R.
Yeah.
Because you know you gotta
Agreed.
find the sound, but once you find the sound, you gotta place it.
Agreed.
So arrangements is dope. Like I've met a lot of singing groups and shit over the years, and when you see the guy out of the 4, 3, 5 or females, the one that does the arrangement,
Yeah.
you kind of be like, it makes sense. Like you, it's a certain energy they have. It's a gator bite to them next to, you know what I mean, the fish that they swim with.
Absolutely.
It's like they come in knowing certain things about themselves. And I've always respected composers and arrangers, which are the same, but depending on what genre we talk about.
Absolutely.
But I ain't gonna lie, we ain't got much longer to talk. So, anything else y'all want to get off?
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me again. You know,
I knew you was gonna jump the gun.
appreciate the hospitality. You know, always put me on your set.
Nah, man, you good with me,
you know,
bro.
It was a great conversation with both of y'all. Just shout out to my team, F.E.A.R Entertainment, and shout out to everybody else that's out there working, that's moving with me. You know, if I see you, you know I'm shouting you out. So it's about all of us, man. Everybody just keep working. Like
That's what it is. And one thing I could say, you wasn't there that night. It was a couple nights actually. I went to they had showcases, open mic type of events, and everybody that's with them 9 times out of 10 got this on, so you know when they get up there, and they got some talent in their camp.
That's what's up.
Like, and even the people that come in between their talent is talented. I mean, shit, Super K, my folk, and I seen Super K at one day events.
That's what's up.
You know what I mean? So like, you talk about a lot of people just want to form cliques and want to have a team, but I really understand and appreciate the strategy behind the layers that y'all add to y'all situation.
Yeah, getting other people involved.
And but specific people.
Yeah.
Specific types of people,
Yeah.
specific vibes of people, but like-minded people when it comes to a common goal. That's not easy.
Yeah.
It's not easy at all. And it's the reason a lot of great things fall apart, because when we all fucked up, we all got the same goals.
And you know,
But if you could find a common goal that we could
absolutely.
build past,
Just them blessings.
a lot of people's not gonna take time out and put you first. You know what I'm saying? And that's
Mhm.
what I tell like the people that's rocking with me is like, I just started doing my own shit.
mm-hmm.
I'm still helping y'all.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like how many of y'all
And you
would've did that
bubbling.
for me? You know what I mean?
And you bubbling, you
So,
being humble.
I just do this shit because that's what I want to do. You know what I mean?
But
I know
you-
that it's talent. I know that there's talent all around us. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? And it's like-minded people. We can get shit done.
No, and that's the thing. Like, it kind of goes back to the vibe she said you had earlier. Like, even with your music, I seen you perform a handful of times, but I've also heard a bunch of records from you. And from post to when you come to the radio station to what you got with County Kravitz to, like, you know what I mean, all type
Yeah.
of stuff y'all got. You know, you're an energy guy. You know how to fall into a vibe and be introspective. Be very deep without being boring.
Yeah.
And that's a balance that's not easy, because it's like we seen Thuggication, we seen all type of movements of dudes we knew was lyrical and they was trying to give us something, but the average person just couldn't. Even if they felt them, they couldn't
Right.
hold it.
Gravitate to 'em, yeah.
And I feel like you found a balance in that only a few find. And I feel like you
appreciate
found that early on. And I feel like you know what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
based on the range of what you've done musically since you've been in here.
Yeah, for sure.
And matter of fact, shout out a couple of the records, videos. Let them know what's out there. Projects.
Man, all my music is on all platforms. You search VOU $VOU. I just dropped, the last one I dropped was Young and Black.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that was just a statement for the times that we in.
Yeah. It was timely.
Previously, before that was the Riding the Tiger and the remix, you know what I'm saying, featuring my man Ashakur.
Mm-hmm.
And we shot that video. That's the last video I got up right now on YouTube, and that was doing pretty good. So
Word.
yeah, a lot of people was liking that. So yeah, man, I got the album out as well. You know, Fear versus Love. We got the F.E.A.R tape, mixtape, which is the compilation of me and my team. And just
That's
shout
why
out
you
that-
said album or mixtape, because it came into both places.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
like I ain't want to.
Right.
Right, but he got to it. Yeah. Go ahead.
And then shout out to everybody that's worked with me, and everybody that I'm about to work with. You know what I mean? Because you know I'm coming.
No,
I'm hopping
that's what
on
it
whatever
is.
That's real. I'm hopping on it. You know what I mean?
That's what it is. And like I think I can speak for the Sippin Wit Sammie crew. We got you. Let us know.
On the Scene magazine.
One thing for sure, two things
got
for
you.
certain.
Thank
You know, within this core, you get somebody that can help you with your business. You get somebody that has a platform that works in the vein of what you're trying to get to, which means that there's a lot of other things y'all could do together. And you get my drunk ass and whatever I provide. But a lot comes with this, because we all respect and fuck with you and what y'all are trying to do.
Absolutely.
Likewise. Man.
You know what I mean?
Likewise.
Any last thing you want to touch on with him or ask him about before we, because, you know, once he running.
No, I just know that we got to get the plug for On the Scene magazine, because I definitely want to highlight Fear versus Love, because you have, again, like I said in the beginning, again, full circle. I love going full circle. I love when we go back
It
full
always
circle.
happens. We don't know how not to.
But no, again, because the platforms mesh so beautifully because of the positive perspective. So I just want to make sure that we highlight you. So we got to make sure that we continue this. I know that
do that.
y'all been on each other. I've seen you so many times,
Right.
but I just want to make sure that we make that connection.
Definitely.
So
Appreciate that.
No, we gonna make it work. Like I always say, man, when I introduce people to each other, it's for a reason. I explain to both of them what they provide, and I expect y'all to build y'all relationships on that.
Absolutely.
If I fall out the situation and y'all get something beautiful, that was what it was meant to be. I don't feel like, well,
Yeah.
I introduced them to that. Man, why the fuck? Like, I don't
That's
do
the issue
that.
when people do
It
that.
happens to me so often, and it's like you introduced me to somebody and expected me not to fuck with them, not to
Right.
fuck with.
That
Like,
didn't make sense.
we want to go figure something out. Do you know me?
Right.
So I just I appreciate the fact that y'all carry it like that, and that's why it makes it easy to work with people like that. Because like we said, man, we're doing a lot on our own time, but we're trying to figure out bigger ways to help and influence.
Yeah.
And we can do that quicker together than we can apart.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
back to circles. Anyway, check us out every Thursday, 4 p.m. Happy hour.
Hold on. Don't close it out. I got to shout out glocawear.
Oh, talk your shit.
I got to shout out glocawear. Shout out to glocawear because they printed this shirt out for me. I had a NASCAR birthday party, and I had to shout out Bubba Wallace, number 43, no Black Lives Drive. So shout out to Toot.
Black Lives Drive is heavy.
Yo, I came up with that. I guess I am
it's
a
like
little
a quadruple entendre.
Listen, I guess I'm a little
You
creative
don't
with
need
it.
That's dope.
I thought I was the brains, but whoop. Anyway, shout out to glocawear and Took and everybody had a part of it because they made it a good event. My whole family was rocking these tees. Check glocawear out for anything you want to do, any creatives. They got you.
Yeah,
Get your merch up. 4933 Oyo
So I just
Grove.
wanted to shout them out. And you know, you
Shout
can
out
see me on
Toucan.
thescenemagazine.com. Holla at me.
Big
We have a
Ben.
new edition coming out. We're going to be on thescenemagazine.com. And you.
Yeah.
Crazy thing is, I was about to sign out before you, and you caught me. She's so smooth. She ain't even tell me that's what happened. She just went into her spill. I see what you did there. I fucks with you for that. Cause no, as soon as you cut me off, I'm like, shit, skip side. But I've been drinking for a while. It's been a wild day.
Listen, I've been checking my phone. I'm sorry, y'all. I got some shit going on. I'm gonna see y'all when I see y'all.
Check us out every Thursday, 4 p.m. That's what the fuck we do. Happy hour. Check me out every Friday, Flyboy Friday Radio on Glocawear Radio, man. The logo, Poe. Shout out to
Shout
DJ
out.
Freaky Free. Shout out to Toucan. Salute to everybody that holds us down and tunes in. But that's the best happy hour in the world on the greatest station in the nation. It's Flyboy Friday Radio on Glocawear Radio, 4 to 6 p.m. every Friday. All exclusive, underground, fire. That's all we do, man. That's all we do. We not your regular. The merch is out now.
Ow.
Flyboy Friday
Check
Radio
it out.
tees, flyer dye hats.
Fly shit.
A lot more to come. Salute to Glocawear for that. Salute to the logo for the design. You know what I mean? We got a lot of them. So hit up the Flyboy Friday Radio page. Put your orders in. We'll get them to you as soon as possible. Please be patient. We dealing with weird times. So it's like, even as though I might can say, yo, I need them. I'm coming through. If it's a bunch of people in there, I got to wait. See what I'm saying? So we got y'all. But keep it decent. Keep sipping responsibly. And we see y'all next week.
Yeah, look, give me a reason I should spare your life. Give me a reason not to exercise my demons with these things I write. They say I fit the description, guilty cause of my skin. I am not your Negro, I'm a poet, James Baldwin. Choose your words wise, you know I keep a mighty pen. They fear this black man because the glow that's in my melanin. I'm Bruce Leroy, the last dragon. No belt, all black dickies on, my pants sagging. They hate me, most them cowards scared to face me. And when I get pulled over, I pray to God that they won't take me. Got my hands on the steering wheel, I do this for my safety. Got his finger on his trigger, he's aiming to erase me. Damn, life's a gamble, beat them odds and roll the dice. Knowing that I'll be reborn in the form of all holy Christ. Amen. I look to the scorn with my arms open wide and hope over toast and wine you'll be calm and open your mind. You see the way I was born is more intertwined with how the space stars and asteroids came to align. I get that you might be more into your foreign rides, but exploring my gift is my form of enjoying life. I use my voice like Nina Simone on the mic. Heart and soul, peeled over Butte Rose, just hold the ice. If you relate, then I know the chorus will get you hype. Or appreciate the whole picture unfolding when I write.
Black and I'm proud. Yeah, I'm black and I'm proud. Yeah, I'm black and I'm proud. Yeah, I'm black and I'm proud.
Need I remind you I'm merciful still? Do I deserve to hurt your worthless will? This purple quill'll make you nervous. Disperse when I spill ink and it touches the surface. This is blood work, you should know the intent of my curses. Your insolence is what's preventing you from your learning. Racism is the reason you don't view me as a person. Peep how they tryna intentionally twist my wording. If all lives matter, why are blacks less deserving? Why should I spend another minute spitting these verses when I know you don't want me to win and fulfill my purpose? The golden child, illuminating through the night. I can never feel awkward or lesser than you cause you're white. I'm a goat, can of smoke, Richard Allen in his tights. So enlightened, Malcolm X before the nation took his life. So approach the tree slowly and pick it when it's ripe. The blacker the berry, the more sweeter when you bite.
I'm young and I'm black, young young and I'm black. Cause I'm young and I'm black. Young and I'm black. And I'm young and I'm black. Young and I'm black. Young and I'm black. Cause I'm young and I'm black. And I'm young and I'm black. Young and I'm black. Cause I'm young and I'm black. Young and I'm black. And I'm young and
Freddie Gray,
young and I'm black. Young and
Mike
I'm
Brown,
black. Cause I'm young and I'm black.
Trayvon Martin, Eric Garner, Sandra Bland, Tamir Rice, Oscar Grant, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, George Floyd, Death Over Bondage.